Because marriage is a political decision. Who you marry tells me who you are. When you marry a woman, you don't just marry her. You marry her culture, you marry her community, you marry her people. You understand? So when a black man marries a white woman, he's making several clear points and messages he's sending out to his own people. Because there's no greater symbol of your loyalty to your struggle than to marry a sister who shares that struggle. Loving versus Virginia, and y'all need to see the movie. It just came out a few months ago. 1957, right about around that time, a white man named Loving from Virginia sued up to the Supreme Court for the right to marry a black woman. Up until then, several states still had anti-miscegenation law. After they struck down anti-miscegenation law across the country, 1957 or 67, somewhere within there, black men have married outside their race, Envy, more than the men of all other races in America put together as a percentage. How do you explain that? Is love purely blind? I disagree. Love is a function of your values and your priorities. I would argue the reason black men marry white women is because they wish they were white themselves, and having the white man's prize, his queen, is a psychological symbol to myself that I am equal to him. So you can't be in love with white women and not at the same time feel inferior to white males.
You know, it's interesting. I like what you said about it. It is a political
You can't
decision.
separate love from politics. Love is the most political thing, just like we try to separate religion.
Then, you know, your parents save money, put you in a Catholic school, high school. Problem is, you know, it's probably 7 black people in each class, right?
Okay.
Right, in freshman year, sophomore, junior year. So
Compared to how many Haitians or white?
no, just 7 black people. That's everything.
Okay.
Everything in high school.
Gotcha.
So the people that you fall in love with and that you talk to might necessarily not be
A black person.
True.
So does that, at that age of 16 and 17 when you're dating, you're not thinking, oh my gosh, I gotta get me a black person. You're thinking, I like this person because she's nice to me.
So you think, but at 16 and 17, your core values about race, racism, your people's position in the American social structure have already been formed. Even white research envy says that by the age of 4, this is coming from America's universities, by the age of 4, a child in America not only knows what race is, okay, not thoroughly, but superficially, they have a firm understanding of race and also the level of respect and status that their race is given within the larger social structure. This is coming from America's university. So at 4, your child knows that I'm black and black people don't get respect. A white child knows that I'm white and my people are already given.
I kind of disagree with that.
If you
a little
disagree,
bit because
then you're going to have to explain away the Dow study. Explain away the Dow study. We can go and get 25 black girls and 25 white girls from the schools right here in New York City and give them the black dowels, the same Kenneth Clark dowel experiment that was done 60 years ago for the Brown versus Board decision, and say which one is ugly, which one is attractive, and which one would you rather be?
But don't you think that's conditioning too? You're not going to instill that in your kids. You're going to teach your kids.
You don't
that
have to.
black
The
is
society
beautiful.
will do it.
So you think society can brainwash your kids better than you?
Are you kidding me? We are living in the era of social network. This is the Millennial Generation.
I think in certain experiences, in certain instances, you
Yes!
can. Me and you, I don't think so, because we're too much in our kids' life. So you're telling me, right, if my son, my black son, right,
Yes.
brings home a white girl, because
How old is he?
not for nothing, he's 13.
Yes.
Not for nothing, we live in an area that is predominantly white.
Okay.
Reason why? Better school system, better education.
I got you.
A lot safer. So if he brings home a white girl, I should be like, son,
We need to have a
you
conversation.
shouldn't date her. You should date a black person.
Yes,
Black
sir.
women.
Yes, sir.
I don't agree with that.
And let me tell you
Wait till
why.
he get older and go to
But let me-
college.
but let me
he
say-
like mayonnaise now, but when he go to that HBCU and see that
No,
soul food.
but you-
let
but-
him experience what he likes.
but
I don't wanna
envy-
be the person that said you could do this.
No, you have to be the
marry a white
person because you have to teach your son loyalty to his community. European Jews do it. Arabs do it, Chinese do it, we're the only people who feel anxious and ambivalent about telling our black boys that you better love and marry a black woman. And you know why we feel ambivalent? Because all of us have been conditioned by church envy to be colorblind. We're constantly told over and over again that it is wrong to be for yourself before you are for anyone else. And that's why Africans are dead last.
I don't agree.
It's nothing wrong with being loyal to yourself.
There's nothing wrong with being loyal to yourself, but
Yes,
it's also
sir.
who you love. I can't tell my son who he connects with better.
Can that white woman ever understand your son's struggle?
Fuck no.
Thank you. So why would you want him to spend the rest of his life with a woman who can never understand how he feels when the New York City Police Department pulls him over?
Dr. Umar,
You need a woman who can feel you. And the only woman on earth who can understand the black man is the black woman. And that's why I cannot respect a black man who is not committed to a black woman. That's the greatest symbol of pride in self.
I agree with you, but I do think people, fall in love with who they fall in love with. But
love is a function of priorities and values.
Yes, and you better never get caught with a white woman. You can't even glance at a white woman.
Now,